Imagine a small garden, vibrant and alive, filled with the fragrance of flowers. This garden is a place where every plant has room to grow. Now, picture this garden slowly being overtaken by weeds, the vibrant flowers struggling to breathe. This is how I have come to view my relationship with technology. At first, it was beautiful, a space of endless possibilities. But over time, the constant use of screens and notifications began to overshadow things that truly mattered. It became harder to find peace amidst all the noise, and I realized I needed to reclaim the space I had lost. Hi, I'm Ananya Jakhotia, a teenager who has chosen to step away from the constant buzz of a phone. You might be wondering, why would anyone choose to live without a phone? Well, I wanted to hit the reset button on my life. Smartphone usage amongst teenagers has become as constant as the need for the internet. In fact, a 2024 study found out that about 73% of teenagers in low income households used Instagram regularly compared to just 59% of their higher income counterparts. It seems social media does not discriminate. It just loves to spread self everywhere, especially where it is likely to cause a little extra drama. Reflecting on the growing impact of smartphones in all our lives, I'm reminded of a recent experience I had. I had the opportunity to witness the Ganga Aarti in Rishikesh, and it was nothing short of surreal. As the sun began to set, I found myself surrounded by the gentle sounds of flowing water and soft prayers. But it wasn't just the scene that grabbed my attention, it was the people. I saw a man absorbed in the holiness of the moment with his white hair, his face lined with years of travel and prayer. But while a lot of travelers were busy capturing that beautiful sight, I chose to simply be there, letting all those sights and sounds wash over me. It reminded me that not all moments need to be recorded, instead felt, and this one will forever be engraved in my memory. Citing another experience, not so long ago, I went scuba diving. As I went inside the sea, the world above seemed to fade away. Surrounded by the underwater world, I was awed by the fish, the corals, and the peace of it all. It was a moment to take in the beauty around me without distraction. And at that moment, I was completely disconnected from everything else. Not having a phone means I'm fully present in all those moments. And it's great. It's a refreshing reminder that not all memories need to be saved in a snapshot. Sometimes they are meant to be felt in the heart, experienced in the present, and cherished without worrying about the future. It's as if stepping into the time machine where I can be the protagonist of my own story rather than just scrolling through everyone else's. Honestly, I just wanted to reclaim my time. Without the constant hindrances from a constant and a persistent beep, I have found time to indulge in spontaneous conversations with my family and friends. It's like finding a secret garden in the chaos of a digital jungle. Another important aspect of this choice has to be discovering myself. Smartphones and social media encourages a lot of comparisons, but I have learned to focus on my own journey. Without the pressure to measure my success through someone else's story or reel, I define happiness on my own terms. This choice has helped me to live mindfully. Whenever I engage in any creative activity, I lose myself. It is in those quiet moments that my best ideas come to life. And I've realized that often the best ideas come to us when we give ourselves the space and time to think. And no, a phone does not have that space on it. This choice has helped me to learn the art of patience. Whether it's waiting for some coffee or enjoying a beautiful sunset, these moments invite some reflection. They remind me that not all meaningful conversations have to happen in a rush. Sometimes they unfold naturally. And honestly, it has been such a game changer. I mean, I haven't felt this present. Without the constant distractions, I have rediscovered the art of doing absolutely nothing. And I dare say, I'm thriving. I mean, seriously, I've become a champion at staring at the wall and contemplating life's big questions, like why do socks always disappear in the laundry? In a world of curated perfection, I have found that being real is my ultimate superpower. When you're not comparing yourself, you can understand who you are and what you stand for. It's like a freeing experience, like taking off a mask you didn't even realize you were wearing. When I share with other people that I don't own a phone, I often receive responses filled with sympathy or surprise. People say things like, "Oh, I feel sorry for you," or "How do you manage without one?" They assume that my decision is born out of necessity or obligation, or that I'm missing out on something extremely essential. While I appreciate their concern, I would want to make it clear that this is not a choice that has been forced upon me, it's conscious and intentional. I have deliberately chosen to do this to focus on what matters to me. For me, I'm not being deprived of something, I'm gaining something far more valuable. Unconventional choices often carry a deeper purpose. It's easy to be swept away in the tide of societal norms, but stepping away from the crowd allows for making the most out of yourself. This choice was not about rejecting technology, but it was about using it with intention, ensuring it serves me rather than the other way around. Disconnecting from the chaos has definitely taught me one thing. Sometimes the best notifications are the ones you never get.